Today we're going to give you our top 10 tips for vegan beginners.
Number 1 is don't buy vegan food. And by that we mean don't go out and buy all the packaged vegan foods that you can buy in the supermarkets.
Yeah, exactly. It's all just food in the end. Instead, look at what you've currently already got in your cupboards and decide what kind of meals you can make based on those that are already vegetable or plant-based.
Yeah. Number 2.
That's very good.
Number 2 is avoid searching for the meat alternatives.
Yeah, that's right.
Number 2, yeah.
All of the meat alternatives we've ever tried have never quite matched up to the original tastes and textures that we were used to when we used to be meat eaters. So our advice would be, don't bother trying to recreate a meat-eating life with vegan foods. Just focus on more hearty vegetables.
Yeah, look at creating a lot of plant-based meals that are going to leave you satisfied and full up with lots of root vegetables.
Try using chunky root vegetables like sweet potatoes and like making wedges, like crispy wedges.
Butternut squash.
Yeah, the things that leave you satisfied on a winter's day would generally kind of fit the bill. Experiment with nutty foods and just eat more in general. Vegan food tends to be a little bit healthier, so you can fit more in guilt-free.
Yeah. So can you say number 3?
Yay!
Number 3
is to create curry-based meals, and the reason why we say this is because when you cook curries, the meat that you would have used tends to get lost in all the strong flavours and spices anyway.
Yeah.
So if you just create the curries you would normally create, but substitute the meat for more vegetables, you won't notice it's gone.
You don't. And you can make it really tasty and really authentic using all the different spices and coconut milks, and there's so much flavour out there to experiment with. I don't think you'll miss meat.
Can you say number 4? It's good enough.
Number 4 is to swap out cow's milk for a non-dairy alternative, and our favourite is oat milk.
Yeah, we tend to go for a brand called Oatly, and we like the Oatly Barista brand, don't we? Because
For coffees.
For coffee,
Yeah.
and also for people who like English tea, it doesn't separate and it kind of mimics how you would have your whole milk.
Yeah, it does, exactly. And you don't notice the difference in taste when you have it in a coffee or with cereal or anything like that. So it's a really good alternative.
It's unsweetened as well, and it's really good for creating microfoam if you're a barista or if you're just into your coffee. More cherries. She means Cheerios.
Yay!
Wonderful.
Yummy. Mama's gonna have one. Thank you. Number 5. Yay! Number 5 is to start creating a weekly meal plan so you know what meals you're going to create in advance.
We like making hearty, homey dishes like chili and leek and potato stew, which is my favourite. It's really, really heavy and it fills you up. I love that dish.
By creating a weekly meal plan in advance, it stops you from wondering what to cook. Once you're already hungry, you already have a plan and you already know what your go-to dinner is that night.
We like to cook enough food that will last for 2 days, so that saves a lot of time as well if you're a busy person. And also if you're stuck for ideas, look up YouTube. One of our favourites to get our inspiration from is The Happy Pear, and also Deliciously Ella. Great recipes on there to follow.
Number 6.
Number 6, that's it. And number 6.
Hold
Hold on for this one.
Hold on for number 6. Scan the back of the ingredients when you go shopping. You'll find nowadays that all of the allergies are highlighted in bold, and they cover things like eggs and milk. So if you want to see if a product is vegan friendly, you can see it all on the back quite easily. And as a little bonus tip, try to ignore the section that says may contain traces of, because generally that means that the product was packaged alongside other things that may have had it in it, but the product itself doesn't.
Yes, it's just come from a factory or warehouse that has had those products in, so it can't be labelled as a fully vegan product. Number 7. Number 7 is to swap out milk chocolate for dark chocolate. Most of chocolate's over 70%.
Chocolate.
Oh yeah, she's heard the word, the magic word, chocolate. More chocolate. Okay, we'll get you a chocolate. Chocolates over 70% are generally all vegan by default because there is no butter in them or milk.
This girl wants some choc now, so let's see what we've got. Yeah, generally chocolates over 70% don't need milk to bind them, they use cocoa butter.
And over time as well, you really get used to the taste of dark chocolate, and it is so much more chocolatey than a milk chocolate. So really, it's a great all-round thing to do because it's more chocolatey.
Yeah, milk chocolate tastes really diluted to me now.
So number 8. 8, yes. And number 8 is to eat fortified cereals.
This is a great beginner's tip because a lot of people think that it's very difficult to go vegan because you might be missing out on nutrients.
Okay, just 1 minute, 1 minute. Alright, Story, we're going to lose our number counter. Story's done in the chair.
I can't remember exactly what I was saying, but it's a good tip for vegan beginners to try the fortified foods because it eliminates the need for you to go out and get a lot of supplements because a lot of the B12s and D vitamins are in there for you, already done.
Yeah. So tip number 9 is to stock up your cupboards with lots of varieties of canned beans.
Most of the meals in our recipe book are bean based, aren't they? We have a lot of beans in a week.
We have a lot of beans in.
It just bulks up your foods and it makes everything feel more hearty. Chickpeas. Chickpeas are always a winner, so keep them in your cupboard.
It's great because if you've got them in your cupboard, there's always pretty much something that you can make with them. You can knock up a curry or a chilli or just some roasted chickpeas.
For lunch times, we always find that having some hummus on hand is very good, especially if you've got some good bread around to dip it in. Toddlers love doing that, don't they? And we love it too.
I think we are on tip number 10 now, right?
So.
And it is the darker the greens, the better they are. So we always try to have a side of spinach or broccoli with pretty much any meal that we have.
Yeah. Now we did leave this till the end because a lot of people think of veganism as just eating greens and stuff like that. It can be a bit off-putting. So if you don't like eating greens, you can put them into a smoothie. And some of the recipes that we've made for the green juices, you just can't taste spinach at all.
No, you don't. And it's a great way to pack a load of spinach in, whiz it up and drink it rather than eating it. And you don't taste it, and it's a great way to get all your greens in and your nutrients.
And our toddler loves it too, so that's a bonus. Cheers! So to round all of this up, if you are making this change, just make sure to remember that you need to give your body some time to adjust, and everybody reacts differently to these kind of changes. If you're concerned about anything, consult a medical professional before you do these kind of changes, but we haven't, from experience, had anything but positive changes from going onto a vegan diet, and we changed very suddenly as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We went cold turkey. So I hope you found these beginners vegan tips useful and helpful in some way. And if you're looking for some inspiration on recipes, you can check out our ebook. It's called The Veggie Table, and you'll find it on our website, 8milesfromhome.com. Links in the description. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.